it's going to be rather like an episode from Blue Peter in the case of, here are some that I made earlier. Well, before I assemble all those bits, there's a job to do that I've been meaning to do for almost the day I've arrived. Well, not quite, but it's been on the list for months, but I never quite got around to do it. But I'm kind of now, if not forced, but it's probably now the good time to do it. And that is, I'm here again, so I need to. I've got the boards lifted up. I need to go and basically lift all the boards up and screw them down properly, yeah, and hopefully not look at them for a good while. The reason I've been putting it off, as well as it's not something particularly interesting, is I need to run some pipe below here, which is why I didn't screw them down at the time. Otherwise, it probably would have been easier just as I laid them to do it. Because it's on such a slope, this boat, they're sort of working their way down all the time and coming out of sync. So it's good to get that done. The silver lining is, as well, because with all the dust here, I don't know if you can just see under there, there's literally a big pile of sawdust. So now I've hopefully finished the big workings inside the boat. I can get a good vacuum out of that. But as I said, it's not looking forward to it. Everything's got to be moved and jiggered around, but as I said, needs to be done. Again, I'm not taking much video because while there's a niche for everything, I'm not sure videos of me vacuuming paving slabs is what anybody wants to see, no matter what. However, let me just tell you, I've spent all afternoon, as well as vacuuming a few paving slabs, wrangling this damn plastic pipe, just a bit under here. Yeah. Oh, it's. The thing is, it's got a certain bending radius, of course, and the bending radius is quite large and not as compact as you would like. And I don't want to have any joints underneath onto the floor, of course. So I'm just having to do it with its natural curve. And I'm getting there, but it's early evening now, and while I thought I'd polish this off in a couple of hours, in fact, I'm going to stop for the day and start again in the morning. Morning. I'm really struggling to pry myself away, turn the diesel heater off, pry myself away from it, put the work clothes on and start that. I mean, the problem is it's fiddly, it's hard work, and the thing at the end of the day, it'll look exactly the same as when I started, which is not very motivating. It's freezing outside. Anyway, I've only got a few days left, so I really need to crack on. So I better get some upbeat music on and get going. In one of those last things I need, I've just went to cut some wood in the container, got back, and I noticed a bloody bird in the stern area. It doesn't want to. Oi. Where are you? Right, well, it's that even gone. Done a shit over my tools though, which is not what I wanted. I've just had a very, quite frankly, lucky, escape, as it were. With it, I was only about an hour ago. I was cutting some wood on the table, so I was like amazed I haven't had an accident with this. And I'd just finished cutting a piece of wood, and I turned the saw off, and it was almost stopped, and I was brushing some sawdust off the piece, and I must have, it's dark, and I'm getting tired, and I must have just caught the blade and thwack. Anyway, I looked at my glove and I was amazed. I was like, why is this not bleeding? And it's somehow just I still couldn't believe it. My finger is totally
fine. So apart from it's a bit bruised, this one got really thwacked. I guess it must have. Anyway, yeah, I said it's getting tired. It's time for a break.
Hello again. Well, I'm well aware that this is. I haven't looked at any of the video I've done, but it's probably this is probably going to be the most boring episode that I've done to date. And well, somebody once commented, it's too much waffle, not enough boat building. And it's not because I haven't wanted to take videos. It's just the things that I've been doing have just been really dull, and just I don't think they're in any way worth videoing. Anyway, however, I'm here. I've done it.
So we've got the vents at the stern, and these go from where they were, I think, legs, and down to the floor. And you know they're not fine, but they're more they have been thought about. So for instance, you know, here what we've got is it's blank at the moment, but this is a plate. And what I'll do is I'm going to cut that out and put some insect screen in there. And it's actually in the sort of plenum, because with the boat safety scheme, if you have a insect mesh in it, they sort of cut they just halve the allowed, you know, the calculated amount of ventilation. So I thought that would stop them doing that. And similarly, then down here, what I've got is these come up, and therefore I can easily lift up the floorboards. So that's good. And also, meanwhile I'm doing this, is why it's taken absolutely days. Is I've run finally now the pipes that go under the floor here. I didn't want to run pipes on the floor, but this is, after much thinking, it was the only way I could get the layout and not have the boat completely tipping over. Anyway, so that's done, and that goes off. Haven't covered them insulation yet, because ideally I would have put some primer at least, or the first coat of paint underneath this. I think I mentioned before, it's just not the weather for painting. If I did it, it would take days, if not weeks, to dry. And given I've got to live in here, I'd end up covered in paint. So that's that. And what else? And that's the high level duct that I mentioned earlier. And so that's going to turbinate. At the end, that would be the end of the wardrobe. So then there'll be some high level ventilation for the cabin, i.e. sleeping area. Yeah, we've also got 2 hatches in the galley area. So that means that now I can easily access I can easily access both under here. There's no ballast, so that's going to be basically storage, cool storage under there. You can't see it anymore, but I had a separate photo. Here is where the fireplace is going to be, and I've put a number of extra bearer joists under there because, quite frankly, you know, that having lifted it, I know that the fireplace is pretty heavy. There's another hatch there because there wasn't any ballast under there, and so, you know, it's good to have access to the bilge in any case. There are the vent ducts for the bow, and also again you can't see that. You can just see the pipe poking its way down the bottom, but there's a pipe that's running all the way up to the galley area. Yeah, I thought long and hard about whether just to run it on the side and box it in, but I really would like to not do that, so I haven't. And kind of by my reckoning, that once in the water, actually the bit under the water should be the last place to freeze, so it should be okay in that respect. And it's a continual piece of pipe, so hopefully there shouldn't be any leaks. And if not, if there is, well, it's a short piece, and we'll know where it is. Though of course there'll be shut off between the two. Well, hello again, and yeah, I also know it. Yeah. Clothes. I thought he was going to be glued in that boiler suit, and he's clearly not on the boat, and that's true. I'm back home in London. Basically, the last day on the boat took me far longer to properly clean and tidy up, and it was getting very late, so I had no time to sort of wrap up this video that I intended to do, and which I wanted to, because I've been on the boat now 6 months, and as you can imagine, I'm pretty exhausted. So I'm going to take, over Christmas, I'm going to take a proper long break, and I won't be back on the boat until early January, which in effect then means that by the time I actually do something and edit the video, it's going to be at least middle of January until there's another video popping up on YouTube. So I want to just sort of let you know on that, and also, as I said, 6 months now, the time has absolutely flown by. I guess I'm nowhere near where I thought it would be, but I'm plodding on.
But the other shocking thing is this YouTube channel. I started and I expected, and it was intended only to be for my parents and a few friends, and so I'm pleasantly shocked that it seems a couple of hundred of you seem to tune in fairly faithfully to follow this. So thank you for doing so. It wasn't the intention per se, but it's really nice that some people are getting some enjoyment from it. So that's about it. So I'm going to enjoy a good rest, and so in the meantime, can I wish you Merry Christmas or season's greetings, depending on affiliation, and Happy New Year, and I'll see you back in 2023. Take care.